And welcome back to the channel where we talk about only good comics. I'm Brant Fowler, and this is Friday First. This is that series where we talk about all those brand new #1 issues, story arcs, character debuts, and the like for the following week. So this is for books that are coming out next week, which is what, January 10th, January 9th and 10th. And yeah, so we're going to talk about some books, not a whole lot of books, not a whole lot of books in general, but not a whole lot of #1s and stuff like that too. But we do have a decent handful, so we'll talk about those. And yeah, so let's just jump right into it. First up, we have Giant Size Spider-Man #1. This is the first of many of these giant size one shots that they're promising now that are going to be by supposedly. I mean, this one, if this one's any indication of it, the creative teams that are on those books of the characters that are involved in the story, as is the case here, where Cody Ziegler, who is writing Miles Morales, is writing this with artist Ivan Coelho. So a fantastic team right there. I mean, Ivan Coelho is one of my new favorite artists. Just stunning artwork. And Cody has been doing a really good job on Miles Morales. So we have in this, we have Miles versus Dylan Brock. So the younger versions of Spider-Man and Venom clashing. That just sounds like a good time to me. Again, you got fantastic creative team involved with that. So I'm going to give this one a promisingly good because, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there have been ups and downs with Miles, his even the current run, but it's been solid. You know, even the down issues are really solid. So I've been really enjoying that series. So I don't think you can go wrong with this. And it's a one shot. It's one story. I think they're going to have fun with it. So it also includes a reprinting of Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Comic Spider-Man #22 by Brian Michael Bendis and Sarah Pichelli. So that's pretty cool. That's the epic conclusion of Miles' first battle with Ultimate Venom. So it's a throwback to the original battle with a Venom character. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, so I think it's gonna be a pretty good book. Man, I'm tempted to even change it to positively, but I'll stick with promisingly good for Giant Size Spider-Man #1. Okay, all right, here we go. Next up is Rebel Moon: House of the Blood Axe #1. I know this is polarizing. This is a prequel to the big Zack Snyder Netflix film. I have not watched it yet. It is on my list. I just haven't been in the mood for that kind of movie yet. But unlike a lot of people, I am actually a fan of Zack Snyder's work. DC stuff aside, I'm not a huge fan of that stuff, but I like Sucker Punch. I like Watchmen. I like some of his stuff. So, and the previews and trailers I've seen of this movie looks pretty good to me. So I'm actually excited to watch it, and because of that, I'm tentatively excited about this book, and I'm giving it a potentially good because again, I don't know if I like the movie. I don't know if I like the comic, but anybody out there that did like the movie, you might want to check this comic out. Uh, yeah. So I don't want to get into the whole plot here for anybody that hasn't seen it, but it's like there's this whole battle brewing, and a family is conflicted between living up to the father's legacy and maintaining peace and all that good stuff that sets the stage for the movie directed by Zack Snyder. So if you're a Zack Snyder fan, if you're a fan of Rebel Moon, check this one out. But I'm giving it a potentially good. Next, we have Wolverine #41. This is the start of a brand new story arc, a brand new like mini event within Wolverine, and it's gonna get me to pick up the book. I haven't read Wolverine for a long time, but this little sub event, whatever you want to call it, the Sabretooth War begins here, and that's gonna persuade me to pick up at least this issue. And because of that, I'm giving it a potentially good, because everything I've seen about the Sabretooth War has just got me, I don't know, it's got me intrigued, got me interested. Going back, Wolverine, Sabretooth, back and forth for years and years and years, but it's been a while. And this is post Sabretooth getting thrown in the pit on Krakoa. Now he's out, and he's out for revenge on Wolverine. So with everything else going on, stakes are high, and now Wolverine's got to watch his back for an old foe that knows him better than anybody. So I think it could be really good. So we'll have to wait and see. But for now, it's a potentially good. Okay, it's shout out time. This shout out goes out to Dear Editor #1 from Mad Cave. And this shout out is for Ryan K. Lindsay, who is a very prolific writer, has written some stuff through Comics Tribe. So he's kind of in my community of creators and stuff. I'm familiar with his work. And this one actually sounds pretty cool. A John Doe slaying John Doe gets killed, and this journalist goes to investigate it and tries to figure out the truth behind it all. And this journalist just happens to be a deer. So Dear Editor, it's a play on words, but it's a play on genres, and it's like a noir murder mystery kind of thing and anthropomorphic all at the same time. So it's just kind of funky. It's definitely a Ryan K. Lindsay style. So I thought it was a cool one to shout out. And, Mad Cave is always doing some interesting stuff. So there's your shout out for Dear Editor #1. All right, here we go. Action Comics 1061. This is the beginning of the rotating superstars that are going to be taking over Superman. Jason Aaron, for the very first time, is writing Superman and telling a multi-part Bizarro story, starting with this 40-page comic, presumably just the one story. It only the solicitation only lists the one creative team, which is Jason Aaron and artist John Timms. And Bizarro in this story discovers something about himself that's very unsettling and kind of unleashes this danger and everything. So it sounds really interesting. Jason Aaron doing a Superman book, that's something to definitely check out. So you're going to want to check this out if you've not been reading action like me. This might be the time to pick it up. And so, yeah, I'm giving this one a promisingly good. Then we have Rise of the Powers of X #1. This is kind of the ultimate battle, the ultimate conclusion. This is one of the books. It says in the description, this is one half of the books that are going to, bring this whole story to a conclusion. I don't know if they were including Fall of the House of X that came out this week, or if there's another book coming out. I don't remember. But anyway, Rise of the Powers of X. This is written by Kieran Gillen with art by, who's doing the art on this one? R.B. Silva. And colors by David Curiel. So a really solid creative team on this. And you've got all the major players here. You've got Iron Man, you've got Shadowcat, you got Wolverine, you got this guy. And so, yeah, it's all coming to a head. And I hope it's better than Fall of the House of X, which I didn't enjoy as much as I had hoped to. But, that was kind of the setting stage for this, I think. And this has brought everybody together. By the end of that issue, they were like, let's execute the plan. And now they're in motion. And now they're coming together. And now they're taking it to Orcus. So sounds pretty promising to me. So I'm going to give it a promisingly good. And crossing my fingers that I'm right. And finally, Ultimate Spider-Man #1. We've all been waiting for this, anticipating it, and Hickman fans are really excited. I am tentative, but I want to love this book. It's Ultimate Spider-Man. It's a different take on Ultimate Spider-Man, but I don't know if it's the right fit for an Ultimate Spider-Man book or a Spider-Man book in general. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to give this one a potentially good, just because, it's new, it's exciting. It's Hickman on Spider-Man. It could be something really interesting, really different. So I think it's full of potential. I'm just not quite ready to give it a higher rating than that yet. So we'll have to wait and see. But I don't know. It could be really cool. Marco Cicchetto is on the art. And, I did like the art from Daredevil with Marco on it. And I don't know. We'll just have to see. We don't know what we're getting with this. We don't have a lot of details about which version of Spider-Man this is going to be. And, Hickman has a very distinct writing style. So we're just going to have to wait and see. I don't, it's funny to me because any other time this book would be the absolute most anticipated, positively good, can't wait for it. But just that one little thing just gives me just a little bit of hesitancy just because I don't know if it's the right fit. And I won't know until I read it. So, but I'm going in with an open mind, positive thoughts going towards it because I want to love this book. But for now, it gets a potentially good. Lastly, I'll leave you with one honorable mention: Disney villains Cruella de Vil, number one. Um, hey, some of these Disney books have actually been pretty good. I bought a few for Lisa. She hasn't read them yet, but I've flipped through them. They look pretty cool. Sweeney Boo is writing this and does the main cover. I like Sweeney Boo, and I follow Sweeney Boo on all the socials and everything. So I think that's really cool. Joshua Middleton does a variant cover for this. Joshua Middleton, I love his art, and from the Meridian CrossGen days and forward. Just been a fan of Middleton's for a very long time. So some cool things going into this book, but not quite to make the list. So we'll give it an honorable mention if you want to check that one out. And that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Friday First. So there weren't a whole lot of books, but there were a lot of big books. So that's pretty cool. We'll have some great conversations over on Comic Book Weekly. So if you want to check us out over there, cbwpodcast.com will take you over there. You see the ad popping up every week when I put this show up. I'm live every Tuesday night, or most Tuesday nights anyway. So you can check us out over there. But we'll have a lot of books to talk about when all these come out. So the following Tuesday, it'll be Mike and I talking about these books. So anyway, if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that goes up on this channel. Of course, you can follow me across social media at Only Good Comics and come right back here via onlygoodcomics.com to the YouTube channel so you can watch me talk about more good comics. Only good comics. All the time, I guess. I don't know. Still don't have a definitive closing for the show. Anyway, take care. Keep reading those comics, and I'll see you next time.